Everybody, welcome back to the Big Ben's Podcast, episode 20. I never imagined I would have 20 episodes of this podcast on YouTube, but this is episode 20.
And that's going to be the biggest one yet and the messiest.
Yeah. If you've seen in the intro or before the intro music, that is coming up at some point in this video. But y'all, today is officially the first day of March. Now, I put on my topics list, this was supposed to be the last podcast of February because we were supposed to film it yesterday, but we didn't have time to film it yesterday, so it's the 1st of March.
You should really be expecting these Saturday because Thursday and Friday we're always busy, so we never get to them.
So they'll either come out Saturday or Sunday. That's usually when they'll come out. But y'all, today is March the 1st. Today is the Elimination Chamber for the WWE. And we're going to put our predictions in here in just a second. So, but before we do, I have to show y'all this again. It has gone up. Last time I showed you, only 50% of the people who watch these videos were not subscribed. Now it's 55. Please, if you are watching this video and you see that subscribe button has not been pressed yet, please hit it for us. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. It means the world to us. It helps us out a lot. Also, if you see that like button hasn't been pressed, go ahead and hit that because it helps get us out to a bigger branch of audience, like I said before. So please, let's fix this. And to the 45% who are still, I think it's 45%. I have to look in editing. If not, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Thank you guys for being subscribed. So let's get into the rest of the video, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all. So today, like I said in the intro, is the Elimination Chamber for the WWE. So we're going to go ahead and get into our predictions. So the first match is Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I think Nia Jax and Candice LeRae come away with the win.
No, I think it's going to be Tiffany and Candice. Tiffany's not going to lose this soon to WrestleMania. And plus, Trish Stratus is from Canada, which Candice LeRae is also, but she ain't as big of a star as Trish and Tiffany.
Yeah, because she basically just started on the main roster, I believe.
She's been on the main roster. She's just recently been used more. But yeah, I'm going with Tiffany and Trish.
I'm going with Nia and Candice LeRae.
I feel like this match is way too predictable, though. I guess I could see Nia and Candice winning, but I see Charlotte have to interfere in this match for them to win it. I don't see Trish or Tiffany losing clean to Nia or Candice. But the second match on the card is Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match.
Me personally, I don't think that match will even get started because, you know, back was it on a SmackDown? Kevin Owens took out Randy Orton, and I think Randy Orton is going to be at the Elimination Chamber, and he is going to attack Kevin Owens either before the match starts or during the match. That helps lead to Sami winning, but then that might start a feud between him and Sami because Sami wants to take care of Kevin by himself.
No. I think Randy will help Sami, but I don't think really Sami's going to see it. I think it's going to be when Kevin has like a time of his own and is mocking maybe Sami's family. That's probably going to be in the front row. I think Randy returns with the RKO. But that's why I think Sami Zayn's going to win. But I could see maybe Kevin Owens winning and then Randy returning after the match. But
we shall see. All right, the next match of the night is going to be the
women's
Elimination Chamber. I don't even know who's all in the women's.
There's Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Naomi,
Liv Morgan,
and Bayley.
So out of all them people, I think Bayley might win it.
Alright, why?
Because Bayley really hasn't had a lot of opportunities to, like, she hasn't had a lot of number one contender matches in the past, you know, few months.
She did face Io Sky for the championship last year, though.
I mean, she's been more so helping Naomi and Bianca Belair and people like that. So I mean, I think that if she has an opportunity to get on to the main event of WrestleMania, I think that's what they should do. Either her or Roxanne Perez may win it, but I don't think she'll win it because if you think about it, Roxanne Perez is still considered an NXT superstar, so she's not even on the main roster yet. They should bring her to the main roster after her performance in the Women's Royal Rumble. I mean, she was in that match for over an hour.
I think Roxanne Perez is gonna have like the performance Tiffany Stratton did last year in the Elimination Chamber, which made her a big star on the main roster and made people love her. That Elimination Chamber was the match that made people love Tiffany Stratton.
And now everybody loves her.
But my pick, I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair. I'm gonna tell you why. So Roxanne and Bayley, they have beef. They've had beef on NXT on the main roster. So I think they're gonna face at WrestleMania. Maybe on the kickoff show. I don't know if it's going to be on the main match card. And then Alexa, I mean, I think she could be a viable option, especially if Jade is going to face Bianca. But I have a theory about what's going to happen with Jade and Bianca and when they're going to face off. I don't know. Alexa, I think, is probably the best, maybe the second best option in my eyes. Naomi, I don't think she has the big enough star power to face Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was my original pick before they won the tag titles. Yeah, I thought it was going to be Liv versus Io versus Rhea since Liv kind of cheated her way into getting the Elimination Chamber, which led to Io not being in it. Who else? Bayley. She was just in a match. World Champion match at WrestleMania last year, so I think that's too repetitive if she's in it again. And I got Bianca winning because I think one, Rhea versus Bianca is probably the best match you could get out of the Elimination Chamber winners. Two, I don't know when Jade Cargill is going to come back. She could return tonight and lead up to a match against Bianca Belair, but I think they need to take time and build the story of how Jade figures out Bianca. I have a theory that Bianca and Naomi attack Jade Cargill. But so I actually think Jade versus Bianca should happen at one of the nights at SummerSlam, so they can build the story very well. Because Jade's been out for 3 months now, something like that. So I'm going with Bianca Belair to win the women's Elimination Chamber.
All right. And the last match of the night.
Let's talk about the Rock and Cody segment before.
Oh yeah. So if y'all tuned into last week's podcast, episode 19, where we ate dog food, we covered what the Rock was talking about.
I want your soul.
That's what he did. And then last night on SmackDown, he gifted.
I love you, brother.
He gifted Cody Rhodes a truck. He wants Cody to sell his soul. What that means, I don't know. Nobody really knows. But tonight he will make his decision. And me, I personally think, thinking at it business-wise, he's going to sell his soul and become heel Cody Rhodes before WrestleMania.
All right, I have a theory on what's going to happen. I don't think Cody's going to sell his soul. I think someone else is going to sell their soul. And that man is going to be CM Punk. Because one, I think this is going to lead up to a triple threat match at WrestleMania with John Cena, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes. So I think John Cena is initially going to win the Royal Rumble. And then Rock's going to come out and try to have John Cena.
You mean the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, that's his Royal Rumble. The Elimination Chamber come out, try to make Cena sell his soul. Cena's decline because he's the superhero of WWE. And then I think Punk's going to have a obsession of wanting the main event WrestleMania. So he's going to call that favor for Paul Heyman, which Roman and Rock are very close. Or Paul and Rock are very close, I think. He's going to have Rock, since he has so much power in WWE, to add him to that match and become his corporate champion. So I think it leads up to a triple threat match. But I do think John Cena's going to win the men's chamber, so.
I think John Cena will too. I mean, it's kind of unheard of in the WWE for someone who, just like John Cena. John Cena has not won a match in over 2,000 days. It's been a long time since he has won a match. But, when John Cena saying after the Royal Rumble that he will win 17, not for him, but so that he can shake the hand of one day of the person who wins 18. And, if John Cena doesn't win, then we know he's not going to be at WrestleMania. He might not be
I think if he
incorporated in WrestleMania at all.
I think he's going to go after Braun Breaker and become a Grand Slam champion.
Because the Elimination Chamber is the last major PLE before WrestleMania.
That's the last PLE, period.
Before WrestleMania.
Then we have, after the night, we have a 7-week gap until WrestleMania.
First things first, I think that's going to happen in the Men's Royal Rumble tonight is I think that all of them's going to come in first, except for Logan Paul.
Rumble?
The Men's Elimination Chamber match. All of them's going to come in it, but Logan Paul. And then when he comes in, all the veterans are going to beat him down and eliminate him. Because, Logan Paul, I think, is good for business because, you love him or hate him as a fan of the WWE.
Yeah, I hate him last night coming out with John. I thought it was John Cena for real.
We did. We heard John Cena's music and we went, yeah! And then it was Logan Paul. I'm like,
was that kind of, there's a part of me that was kind of thinking it was Logan because Logan would have came out before John if they all 6 were out there. They would have left the best for last, but they left the worst for last night.
But yeah, so I think Logan Paul will be the first one to be eliminated out of the chamber match.
I think it's going to be Damian Priest. I think he's going to be eliminated by Drew.
But it's going to be one heck of a PLE. Next week we will cover our thoughts on the Elimination Chamber match. Tonight we're going to have some tacos. Going to enjoy those. And
I know you, old buddy.
You want to fight?
First thing you talked about tonight was tacos.
Yeah, the tacos. Anyway, we will be right back. It is time for everyone's favorite part of the video, story time. So today we have just a couple stories. If y'all watched last week's video, story time kind of went off the rails a little bit. We didn't actually tell one set story. I actually stole his story in last week's video. But my story today is about a time I was on my way to work, and I think I was working at 4840 at this time. And I had to stop at the dump on my way to work to take some trash off. Why else would I go to the dump? And
Redneck used to work there. You could have stopped by to see him.
And there was this dude there who was driving a little white Chevy Impala, and he was trying to get something that he didn't have room for in his car. So this man said, if I give you $100, would you take these to my house for me? I said, well, for $100, I'd do it. So we put it in the back of my truck, and we took it to his house, and I helped him unload and everything. That man gave me $3. And then there was a boy walking down the street, and they must have known one another. And he walked over and said, let me get a few dollars. And he asked me to give the $3 he just gave me to him. And then he wouldn't stop talking to me. And he was showing me this old, the little walk-in cabin houses, the little cabin houses they have. He walked me in and gave me a tour, and I kept looking at my phone. I'm like, I got to go because I'm going to be late to work if not. Eventually, he went around his house to grab something, and I just left.
I might have got a machete. Or I was going to get the weapon to end you.
So I just got in the truck and I left. And I was telling Cassie about this story, and she said, that man was wrong for not giving you your $100 like he told you. I said, I'm pretty sure that man was on crack. If I'm not lying, I'm pretty sure he was on crack.
That's why you don't do nothing before you get paid. That's why you don't pay people before they do it. I think that goes both ways.
Yeah. But so, what is your story of the time?
I'm gonna tell you the story about when I fell off a treadmill and scraped my knee. So we went over to one of my old mom's friend's house, And she had a treadmill. I don't know why I was so fascinated to get on it and try to go as fast as I could. But the treadmill told me when I needed to stop because I went flying off it. Pretty sure I put a wall in her hole in her
a wall in her hole? Yeah, you put a hole in her wall. Dad had to fix it.
Remember my knee was all scraped up.
You got hurt a few times over there. I think me and you got hurt the most over there.
And then one time I don't remember what I cut, but I cut something.
You cut your leg. You cut your leg open.
Yeah, on a beer bottle because we were playing ping pong and the ping pong ball went in the trash area. There's like 10 bags over there, and
I busted my eye open right here. I think.
So it definitely did not feel good to get thrown off that treadmill.
Or to have stitches put in your leg.
But lesson learned, kids. Don't go as fast as you.
Don't try to go fast because, one, if you got short legs, you're not going to be able to keep up with how fast that treadmill is going.
And all Bender was doing was laughing at me.
That's because it was funny, bro. I'm glad you weren't going any faster. You might have went through the wall into the pool. But yeah, one day when we were over at this same person's house, my brother Michael was in the
pool table,
the pool shed. That's what we called it. And she had a pool table in there. And Michael hit the cue ball, and it bounced off the table. So I went to go pick it up for him. Well, she had a shelf that came out like this, and I went to go bend down to get the ball. And for some reason, I kicked my leg back and went down real fast, and my eye hit the corner of the shelf, the little board she had bolted up, and it busted my eye open. And I went and talked to my mom. I went and showed my mom. She said, "Oh, that might need stitches." And at first, I was like, "Hey, no, I am not getting no stitches." But we went to the hospital, and they put some numbing gel on it, and then they numbed it with a needle. And then I'm just laying there, and she said, "Close your eyes." I didn't feel a thing. My face was numb for like 2 hours after we left, but I think it is creepy how doctors and nurses have that kind of medicine and stuff at their hands.
Why?
Because what if a doctor one day goes rogue and he just decides to basically paralyze you?
Well, you hope you ain't the person that he's treating you.
I mean, don't you find that scary that doctors have that kind of medicine and pills and stuff at their fingertips?
No, because it can help you.
What if they go rogue?
Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, you don't want them to have it, and then you're hurting.
I think that they should have to go through a certain person to get medicine. Well, I'm pretty sure they do.
Who's supposed to go through the president?
Anyway, that was story time. So we're going to go on and get into our next topic. And that is my crazy, crazy car. Y'all, my car has given me more trouble in the last 2 weeks than it has in the last 4 or 5 months I've owned it. Let me just explain to you what happened. So I have a 2004 Chevy Trailblazer. It's a pretty nice car. Interior is good. Exterior is kind of good. It's got a couple scratches. But it's a car, so I can't complain. Well, about 2.5 weeks ago, I started hearing a lot of grinding and wiggling around when I was driving, and I started feeling vibrations in my gas pedals and stuff like that. Gas pedals, I only have one. So I had the dude who fixes my car look at it, and he said that my entire front suspension needed to be rebuilt. That's a big job. You understand that? Because you got to replace the tire rods, the tie rod ends, the ball joints, upper control arms, lower control arms, all that stuff had to be replaced. Well, that was a $900 job. So we got the car back, and I thought everything was fine and dandy. I needed an alignment, but I didn't think the car would be that impossible to drive without the alignment. Well, it was impossible to drive, so I took it to get the alignment, And I ended up getting 4 brand new tires with the alignment, and that was another $510. So right now I'm up to what? Like $1,400 something dollars?
Yeah, something like that.
And then the day I got it back after the alignment and the 4 tires, he jinxed me.
No, you jinxed yourself getting too cocky.
You jinxed me, bro.
No, you jinxed yourself.
Because I was happy for once because my car was driving.
Exactly, you should have
like
been
a car.
happy. That was your fault.
How should I not be happy that I finally have a car, that I thought I had a car
Because you know
that was finally in okay
condition. It's a
condition?
piece of crap car, so something's gonna be wrong with it.
But anyway,
You're gonna get your hopes up.
the day I got the car back, I picked him up from school, and I was like, "Man, you feel how good my car is driving?" He said, "For now."
Now, was I right or was I wrong?
You were right because you jinxed me.
No, I did not.
And the next day after he said that, my alternator went out. Another $300 something.
See, was it riding good then?
When the alternator went out, it was still riding pretty good. And now that I had the alternator replaced, my belt's squealing every time I drive. And you've had a lot of problems with your car when you were paranoid to drive your car because you're afraid you're going to break down again. Knock on wood, I don't want to break down again. But still, that's how you know you've had nothing but problem after problem after problem because you were paranoid that your car is going to break down. But so I hope that it drives good for a little while because I have no money to buy a new car. But I solely blame him for my car breaking down.
Not my fault. It's your fault for getting too cocky.
I solely blame him.
It's on him, y'all. Comment down below whose fault it is.
But anyway, so we're going to get into the next part of the video, and we'll be right back. Alright, y'all. We are about to do our top 5 favorite soda. Now, are we just doing like bottled soda, or can we do any soda from like fast food and all that?
What do you mean?
Like, you'll see as we go on. Anyway, what is your...
Like what, you would say McDonald's, right?
No, like a Sonic Cherry Coke. Sonic has the best Cherry Coke. I don't care what you say. Can we do that, or can we or do we have to strictly...
Just do regular sodas.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to do each our 5, then 4, then 3, back and forth. I think y'all get the gist of it. But so I'm going to say first off, all mine are diet because I'm type 1 diabetic, so I can't drink. I can drink regular, but
his sugar would spike.
And plus it doesn't taste good. You can taste all the sugar in the soda. But my number 5 is Diet Dr. Pepper. Everybody loves a good Dr. Pepper. I used to love regular Dr. Pepper when I was younger.
Before you got diabetes when you were real young.
That was probably a top 3 soda, but Diet Dr. Pepper's not bad, but I don't know. I wish it was just... I don't know how to describe it. I feel like it's lacking. I guess the sugar.
All right. My number 5 is Cheerwine. See, y'all, I love regular soda, as you can tell. I drink enough. That's why I have this. That's actually, if y'all could tell a while ago, that's actually what I was drinking was a Cheerwine. Cheerwine, I think a lot of people don't give Cheerwine enough credit because, a lot of people say all Cheerwine is just a cherrier version of a cherry Coke, but it is not. Cherry Coke and Cheerwine have completely different flavors. But Cheerwine is a good soda. I like the ones in the glass bottles because I think they have more carbonation, they have more flavor than they do in the plastic bottles. So my number 5 is Cheerwine for that. All right, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is my mom's favorite soda, Diet Mountain Dew. My mother is an addict to Diet Mountain Dew. She probably drinks in a full week. In a full week, she probably drinks a 12-pack and a half. Yeah, probably about 17, 18, maybe 19. So, I've always grew up around Diet Mountain Dew. I've always drunk Diet Mountain Dew. I drink Diet Mountain Dew now. I drink some of Mom's. Don't tell her if she don't know. She probably does. Because
I drink some of Mama's when I'm over there.
I think another thing I like about Diet Mountain Dew is you can drink it without it being cold.
It can be room temperature and it's still pretty good.
Like regular Mountain Dew, you can't do that.
I actually prefer room temperature than cold.
I mean, Diet Pepsi, you can't do that, or any other
diet soda, any other soda in general, you can't do that. All right, my number 4 is Mountain Dew. I love Mountain Dew. It's the drink of gamers, and I am a gamer, but it's not in the top 3 of my top 5 favorite sodas. But it is a very, very good soda. I love all versions of it. I like the Voltage. I like Code Red. Code Red is probably my favorite. And the Taco Bell Classic Baja Blast. I love that one. Baja Blast
is overrated.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not.
It's overrated Mountain Dew.
Baja Blast is the most underrated Mountain Dew out there.
People always say something about it every time they go to Taco Bell.
That's because it's the drink of champions.
No, it's not.
Whatever. But so if I had to pick which one of the variants is my favorite, it would have to be the Code Red Mountain Dew. I loved Code Red Mountain Dew. I wish they would make a zero sugar version of that.
They do.
Not at the Code Red, they don't.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Baja Blast.
No, the Code Red and the Voltage, they do not make a zero sugar version of. They just have the regular. All right, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Diet Pepsi. I think I would probably have to say I liked it more when I could drink regular sodas more than I do now. But I think this is one of the best drinks you can drink cold is a Diet Pepsi, especially with some ice. I remember me and Granddaddy used to go when I was working with him at the peanut truck. He would get me a Diet Pepsi, and it always hit.
It always hit.
He used to get a Diet Coke, and I had a Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, for many, many years, that's all my Granddaddy would drink was Diet Coke. I remember
Diet Coke ain't that good. That's why I'm already gonna tell you it's on my list.
Growing up, I used to spend the weekend a lot with my Granddaddy and them, and every Friday when he would pick me up from school, we would stop at Foodland, and he would get him a Diet Coke, me a chocolate milk, and a bag of Bitten's boiled peanuts, and he would have a couple peanuts out of that bag, and I would eat the rest of them. And he would make the same joke every time. We would get home, he'd be like, "Where's the peanuts?" I said, "Oh, I done ate them." He said, "I wanted some more of them." I said, "Well, we have to get some tomorrow." But so yeah, that was just a little extra story time for you guys. All right, we are on number 3, right? My number 3 is Cherry Coke. Now, Sonic's Cherry Coke, like I said, is the best Cherry Coke. But bottled isn't that bad either. Now, the other variants of the Cherry Coke they did
vanilla.
The vanilla Cherry Coke, I don't really care for that because I don't like cream soda. So Cherry Coke is my number 3. All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is zero sugar root beer. Root beer, the most underrated soda of all time.
Yeah.
No one talks about it enough. I just got done drinking one. It's in the trash can. Y'all can't see it. my stepdad got me hooked on the zero sugar root beers because I don't know, I wasn't a big root beer guy even before I had diabetes. I don't really think many of us are. No, Dad don't like root beer.
Dad don't like root beer at all. He don't even like the smell of root beer. When I was a kid, I drank a lot of root beer, but I don't drink it too much. I love the Barg's root beer. The Barg's root beer is the best root beer. Mug of root beer isn't that bad.
I like the Mug zero sugar root beer.
Well, they have Barg zero sugar at Walmart. All right, my number 2 is Wild Cherry Pepsi. This Pepsi has always been pretty good. It always slaps when it's ice cold. I actually had a 12-pack that I'm completely out of. Have you tried? I don't know if they made it in zero sugar yet, but Pepsi released a new wild cherry and cream Pepsi. And I've tried it, and I'm going to give my honest opinion about it. I give it a 6.4 out of 10. And the only reason I give it that is because the cream flavor is overpowering in it. That's all you taste. You don't get the cherry or the Pepsi flavor. All you get is cream. So it's like you're eating a eating. It's like you're drinking a cream soda, and like I said, I don't like cream soda. But so yeah, Wild Cherry Pepsi, the original OG OP, gets number 2.
All right, my number 1 is Coke Zero. When I first got diabetes, I didn't like Coke Zero at all. I couldn't stand the taste of it because it didn't really taste that like much of anything. But I'm now a big fan. Usually when my dad buys me sodas, he usually gets the Coke Zero because he knows I drink those a lot. I like them because they taste a lot like the regular Coke, and I was a big Coke fan. I probably preferred Coke over Pepsi in that debate. That's a whole another discussion, but that's probably why 1 is Coke Zero.
All right. My number 1 is the best soda of all time. Nothing can top it. Coke can't top it. Pepsi can't top it. Dr. Pepper can't top it. Nothing can top my number 1, and that is Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow is the single greatest soda ever invented. Some of y'all may be thinking that's just Mountain Dew, but it's Coke's version. No, it is not.
No, it's just like Sprite.
Mellow Yellow has its own unique taste, and it is the best soda in the world. 9 times out of 10, when we go out to eat, if the place we go out to eat has Mellow Yellow, I'm getting Mellow Yellow to drink. When I worked in Wendy's, that's what I would drink. That was my drink of choice when I was working, is a nice big cup of Mellow Yellow with no ice. But so yeah, so let us know down in the comment section what your favorite soda is, and if it's Mellow Yellow, together, brother.
So real quick before we get into his loser there, because Ryan Blaney finished 4th, and where did Joey Logano finish?
First off, Ryan Blaney finished 3rd.
He finished 4th.
He finished 3rd.
He finished 4th.
He finished 3rd.
It was 4th.
It was 3rd.
We're gonna put it up here right here.
He finished 3rd, bro.
It was 4th.
Look up the results last week. Ryan Blaney finished 3rd. It was Christopher Bell, Carson Hocevar, and Ryan Blaney.
4th, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Hocevar, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney.
Oh. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead.
So before we get into our loser there, his loser there, we're going to make our CODA predictions.
All right, my Circuits of the America prediction is going to be Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick has a good track record when it comes to road courses, just like Chase Elliott does, and Daniel Suarez, Shane Van Gisbergen. I think he may win Circuit of the Americas because, I mean, he originally came from IndyCar or Formula One, whichever one it was, so he knows how to race road courses. But I think Tyler Reddick is going to at least finish in the top 5 at COTA.
I'm going to go with Daniel Suarez. I don't really know why.
Daniel Suarez, that's it.
Where did he finish last year, COTA? I feel like he finished pretty good.
He finished in the top 10 at least, I think.
He's pretty good at road courses too.
Yeah. So, I think all the people who are from a certain
aren't big names
are good at road courses. Like AJ Allmendinger, he's good at road courses, and you don't really see him running up there in the top 10 most of the time. But so yeah, so we are going to get into our loser dare. It's going to be the last part of the video.
Your loser.
My loser dare.
Because Ryan Blaney finished 4th, not 3rd.
And we're actually going to have to take this outside because it's going to get messy, and I do not feel like cleaning up in here. So I'm going to cut right here. We're going to go outside, and we'll be right back.
All right, guys, it's time for his loser dare. So show him what you got to do. They should maybe know from the title.
All right, so I have Coke and Mentos. Y'all know where this is about to go. I have to put the Mentos in here, and I have to try to drink it while it's spewing up or before it spews up.
So it's going to be a pretty messy time, but it's time to go. So, again,
Opening.
he has to put every one of them in there.
I don't know if I'm going to do every one.
You got to. It's my dare.
I'm going to hold as many as I can in my fingers.
I do just... I wish you can, like, dump them in like that. We're getting it all set up, guys. How you feeling?
Actually, I wasn't nervous to do this, but now I am.
Are you upset Logano did bad?
Yes.
This is his fault for seeing Ryan Blaney. Couldn't get back up there. How many you got?
I told you I'm gonna try to hold as many as I can in my fingers. I got 4. Let me do 5. I'll do 5.
All right, guys. Let's see him do it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Hey.
There's still some Coke in there. How you gonna do the rest of the Mentos?
Well, there was that.
He's all wet up now. The ground's more wet than anything.
It came from my nose, bro. Hey. But yeah, that wasn't fun at all. But sorry if the camera isn't as bright. I told you I wanted to come outside because I knew that was going to be messy. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and like. And we will see y'all for episode 21. Anything you want to add?